happens every holiday season. Long lines to get your hands on the hottest toy of the year.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes?
I'm trying to find a German doll.
Me too, me too.
Do you have any more in the back?
From the pet rock to the Tickle Me Elmo craze.
When your child tickles him, he talks, laughs, and his whole body shakes.
People are already lining up to get the hottest toy of the year, and it's not the iPhone 10. So who decides what will be the hottest gift of the season?
Isn't that always the biggest question? Who does make that decision? And joining us right now is Dr. Tracy Kaiser. She teaches marketing at Rollins College. She's also an expert on consumer psychology and branding. Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me this morning.
All right, so every year, right, there's that one thing, whether it's the Furby or the Tickle Me Elmo or the Cabbage Patch. You know, we can think back over the decades of all the things that were the big thing that year. How do you know, or who decides what the big thing is?
I think that's a fantastic question. I think parents are inundated with a lot of toys and information on which toys to buy. And so how do they decide which toy is the best toy? I think it all comes down to consumer trends. What's trending in the stores, what marketers are putting in front of them. I think it's a lot of factors that are involved in it. And more importantly, I think it also depends on what the child is asking for.
Right, that's so true, right? And it's interesting. It's sort of the psychology of how do you get the child to ask for it. Like I think about the fidget spinners, or I think about, remember when the big thing was the kids were taking the little rubber bands and making the bracelets, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And everybody thinks, gosh, if I had just come up with that one thing.
That one thing,
right.
That one hot toy.
Yes, but then they're ready to toss it out the window, you know, a few months later. Isn't it funny how that works?
It is. And I'll tell you, I have a 4-year-old son who reads catalogs and Christmas holiday flyers. And he actually looks in them and he circles with a pencil. And I tell my husband, I'm not sure if we're going to buy this for him, but I find it fascinating that he thinks he's a consumer and he's only 4.
But that is really the way it works, isn't it? And we were sort of joking about this yesterday when we were talking about this, that sometimes all it takes is for the store to maybe put a sticker on something and call it a hot item for us to say, oh, it must be a hot item, right? Is it the psychology of it?
I think you're absolutely right, especially if you're a parent who's not familiar with certain toys. If the store marketing efforts are saying only at a particular retailer or a top seller or hot item for the holiday season, I think consumers who have little awareness are more than likely to try that toy or to purchase it for their loved one. And I'll give you a good example. This Christmas season, they're selling an artificial intelligence robot. How many parents are aware of artificial intelligence and in a robot format? And so the title or the label on side of that item says top seller, must have for this holiday season. And so for parents who have no idea what to buy their kids, I'm pretty sure that $140 robot will be on their shopping list.
Well, isn't it funny too, Doc, how there's just something about knowing that something is in short supply that makes us want it that much more.
Absolutely. Everybody wants to be a member of the club.
Yeah.
Exclusivity really does drive sales, and when companies have their marketing holiday catalogs and they say only at our store or a limited quantity, that drives demand for consumers, and it drives excitement. I mean, for those consumers who want to be a part of the Black Friday experience, that limited demand is a part of that experience.
Yeah, I'm out on that one. I can't.
Me too.
Girl, you and me both. All right, great to see you. Dr. Tracy Kaiser from Rollins College. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.